Okay, I actually have footage. Wow. Hey, it's ripping off this stick on a stick and doing Cave Story, Bad Weapon Academy, Cave Story Snake. I'm going to Egg Corridor. Yeah. So, and also excuse if the video is off sync from my voice because I have to record this separately because I don't have any good recording tech. I really hope someone can tell me what they use to record stuff. Salty, please help. Anyways, the snake. People hard underrate this weapon, and there's a good reason for it. It also kind of sucks. Also ignore my mumbler, please. Anyways, so why do people not like the snake? It's simple. It's because it's not because it's a bad weapon so much as it is outclassed by every other option available. See, to get the snake, you have to trade for the polar star. You have to trade away your polar star and your fire. Now this comes with a slight issue that is the other trades. So this is the only weapon that requires you to trade 2 to get it. The other trades for the polar star are either the machine gun or the spur. Snake suffers from the issue of its contemporaries are more outstanding, even if Snake has its own strength. That is because the spur is the single highest, single target damage weapon in the game, and has piercing, which makes it exceptionally good against groups of enemies. Also not helped by the fact that it doesn't require level up to function. It doesn't require level up because it uses its state hard mechanic. So not only is it not affected by XP, which means you never have to worry about it leveling down, which is a huge advantage. It also has the upside of So for I know how to get my thoughts together. This is why I do things unscripted. Anyways, so this bird has super high DPS compared to other weapons in the game. It doesn't level down, which is an absolute huge upside in Elwynn the Last Cave. But of course, it's not actually as good against bosses as spamming missiles or using the blade. So its real upside is that it can deal with tanky enemies in big groups due to its piercing. Now the other thing is the machine gun has over the snake is machine gun at level 3 lets you fly, which is ridiculously overpowered. Plus, you get the turbocharge for it, which turbocharge is really freaking it increases the machine gun fire. And realistically, I know it definitely, but I don't know what else it changes. The other so turbocharge is really strong with the machine gun. And of course, Spur is really strong for its ability to beat grouped enemies without needing to worry about leveling. But the Snake has its own advantage. Even though it sacrifices 2 weapons, it has the huge advantage of it can shoot through walls. So, shooting through walls, unfortunately, this advantage isn't as advantageous as at least it's not outstanding as the machine gun or the spur, which give you much greater utility in terms of just like dealing with general threats, because the machine gun makes it much easier, and Spur makes the, and Spur just deals with bulky enemies extremely quickly in large groups. So, the issue is, because Snake isn't as outstanding of a weapon, it sees less use from players generally, and most people want to pick the significantly stronger weapons. Well, not significantly stronger. Snake has its own strengths, just the issue is Spur and Machine Gun overperform. So what is the benefit of using Snake? Because as Bad Weapon Academy is, we gotta find the upsides. Well, as you might have seen in my epic Egg Corridor footage there, it can shoot through walls, as I said earlier, because I know how to coherently organize my ideas. This is a huge upside, because God does it absolutely cheese any threat in this game. A big part of Cave Story's level design is how terrain affects battles, and Snake is actually, despite Spur and Machine Gun getting a lot of highlights for their speedrunner-like nature in Hell, Snake is actually a shockingly good use case in a casual run, because it can shoot through walls. There are a lot of walls in Hell. So you're able to basically ignore most of the really tanky, strong enemies. By the way, I'd never go for Nemesis. Sorry, I don't believe in sacrificing King's Soul. Anyways, so Snake's upsides allow you to avoid a lot of enemy encounters and take them out significantly safer, even if you don't have the same amount of group damage that the Spur gives you against bulky targets, or you don't have the insane mobility that the Machine Gun gives you in being able to counter things. But genuinely speaking, if you do a repeat playthrough of Cave Story, try the Snake. It's not as bad as people say. You will find yourself using it in a lot of situations when you get around. Its damage isn't even that bad too. It's got I missed the jump. Anyways, moral of the story, Snake's good. Other than that, I don't want to keep playing Cave Story, actually. I haven't played this game in a long while. Other than that, I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, I will say, one downside the Snake has too is there's certain situations where you'd want to use the Fireball for its ability to target downwards, which you can't use anymore when you have Snake, because Snake doesn't target downwards. It just shoots straight up. But yeah, Snake is an exceptional weapon, and if you get a chance to try it out in a future playthrough of Cave Story, it's a fun option to go for. Not as bad as people say. Give it a shot. Yeah. I know how to... Anyways, enjoy Cave Story footage while I try and think of a way to conclude my thoughts here. I guess the major upside of having the Snake over the other options that people don't consider is just that, like, it's kind of the middle ground. It has utility, but it doesn't sacrifice all its damage like Machine Gun does. I mean, Machine Gun's okay. It's just not my preference. I'm not actually that big of a fan of the Machine Gun. The flight is good, but unlike other weapons, it's not exceptional at level 1. Yeah, so... Oh yeah, right. The funny inspiration for this video, that's really dumb, is I played a map that recreated Cave Story in Terraria. but they just had this entire thing where it was a map that recreated Cave Story and Prairie, and they put a lot of effort into recreating the game's aspects and mechanics. And despite this, and explaining like the story of the game through signs. Despite this, they replaced the snake with a pinned short sword with a broken modifier, because the snake is such a bad weapon. It's never viable, so it doesn't apparently get respect, even though the game does have weapons that you can use to parody the snake's mechanics. Anyways, ultimate moral of the story is play Cave Story. It's a freeware game if you haven't played it already. Although I don't know how you'd find this video unless you're a friend of mine. I guess to conclude this, the ultimate moral of the story, the Cave Story, if you will, is don't be dumb, stinky, and don't be dumb, stinky, and say something is bad before you've actually tried it. Anyways, that's it. Bye.